are right back with more from DCB Live.
Coming up next, Tiffany Gay from Real Housewives of Orlando.
Hey yo, welcome back. You know, my next guest tonight is a rookie from Orlando, Florida, who's currently a junior at Orlando Science Middle High chapter. She's a co-founder of Orlando's brand new club, Girls Who Code, and is the creator and inventor of the world's first visually impaired headsets. She starred in several shows and platforms to remind people that she is making a huge difference in healthcare access for blind people with her brand new invention, the visually impaired headset. Please welcome Tiffany Gay.
Walk straight out my dream like there she is. How can I make you my chick? I like you better by my side. You know that I got you, like you got me. You just like a tattoo. You know that I got you, like you got me. You just like a tattoo.
Hi Tiffany, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
It's so lovely to have you. Thanks for being here.
Thank you. It's nice to be on the podcast here.
So, just to recap, how would you summarize your high school experience so far? Because as we mentioned earlier, you're currently a junior at Orlando Science Middle High chapter. And I believe the vibe on the East Coast is different when it comes to high school. So what could you tell us about your experience so far and what were some of the main takeaways that you had?
High school has definitely been a roller coaster, I'd say. I really got thrown into here in middle school, not knowing all of the opportunities that were out there. I do go to a public high school here, but it's a little bit different because it's a STEM-focused charter school. So a lot of kids in high school do kind of make jokes about it, in that we don't have any like football teams, we don't have any sports teams. We're very, very, very academic focused, and that might be a little bit different from the West Coast.
Wow.
But yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. It is. I do wish that we had some sports teams. I mean, I sometimes go to the other schools' sports teams and cheer for them because, you know, we kind of lack that here. But something I've really appreciated is just the opportunities I've had. I've been able to like compete in so many science fair competitions and do research and do so many things that I may not have been able to do at other schools. But overall, high school has definitely been both one of the hardest and one of the most fun things I've ever done.
Should STEM play a huge role in sports? How do you think that will turn out? And a follow-up question to that, like, do you miss having sports in your high school? Because your high school is very specific in that you guys don't have sports. Would that be something that you would look forward to for them to have in the future?
Yeah. So my school has been looking towards perhaps starting some sports programs, but we're definitely not competitive. I think that sports are really good for STEM as well because they teach you teamwork, and teamwork is a really vital aspect of science as well. And the things that you learn from sports can be applied to STEM and vice versa. My school's planning on starting its very own like flag football team this upcoming season, which I know is super crazy, going from 0 sports teams to a flag football team. And ironically, I'm like on the varsity roster right now. So I am planning on playing a sport later. I do think that like the stuff I've learned from STEM can be applicable to the things I'm learning in the sport.
Now, many people don't notice, but you are a celebrity. You've invented a visual impairment headset for blind people. And just to give just a quick recap for those who don't know on how that works, is to basically assist blind people or people who are visually impaired or who have any kind of disorders when it comes to eyesight, that allows them to explore places and navigate anywhere they want to be without any risk at all. Your prototype has, of course, like captivated millions of people out here. I mean, for years you have fought for this. How much did it take for you to actually like nail your own accolades because of your invention? This was you at one of the science fairs. This was from out of Tunisia, if I'm correct. As you can see here, you've won the gold medal for that competition, and you've also played a huge role in participating in other science fairs like the International Science and Engineer Fair. You've also appeared right in various platforms to showcase your project, like the Tamron Hall Show and even your local news station. After just navigating through all of those experiences yourself, did you ever think that this invention will actually go global as it is right now?
Absolutely not. I mean, I started this as a school science fair project. So something that I thought was just going to stay local, maybe regional, maybe my county would find out about it. And it was something I was really passionate about because a relative really close to me, who lives in Dominica, which is a Caribbean island, she has a visual impairment. And I recognized how it was a degenerative disorder. So she kind of lost it over time. And I learned how difficult it was for her to adapt to her environment. So I kind of started this project just with the idea of helping my aunt or helping the people in my community. And it just got to this level that I don't think I never expected. And it was all like thanks to like my community and the support that I have.
And honestly, like, who would have thought that Tamron Hall would just go around on the streets just wearing her own copy of a visually impaired headset? Because it's very easy to confuse that with an Apple Vision Pro at the moment, and sometimes people take for granted as to how far technology can go, but you seem to go straight at the point and just tell directly to the people that your prototype has nothing to do with the Apple Vision Pro. And what makes this very different here is that there's no artificial intelligence involved in it, unless Apple says otherwise, and maybe they're hiding something from it. If you look at Tiger Woods, for example, right, he had to fight for his own brand, right, from the ownership of Nike. So I was wondering, like, if assuming that this invention, right, goes into the market, like full stop, are you at all concerned that there could be other like big players of the market that perhaps would be interested in buying some of your products or maybe invest in your prototype?
Yeah, that's one of the things about being like really young and like creating a product is there's a lot of fear surrounding the loss of what you created, right? Because as someone who's so young and inexperienced, like I have a lot to learn, especially when it comes to business. It's very easy for other companies to take advantage. But something that's really kept me like going in this whole process is the fact that this product isn't designed to like be something that's corporate and like very capitalistic, where people are just trying to make it the highest price and make the most profit. The goal is to help as many people as possible. So my intent would definitely not be to sell to these super capitalistic organizations, but it would be more to like help as many people as possible and make it as available to as many people as possible.
And I asked that because like with any new prototype associated with providing care, they could be subject, to big players in the market, like companies taking advantage of that and probably monetize the content that comes out of it. And I'm glad that you addressed it because like that is something that sometimes we don't see that coming when we're being exposed to entrepreneurship. Sticking with your celebrity life, do your peers in high school like recognize you automatically? Like when you walk into class, do people automatically recognize you? And if so, how would you describe your daily life in high school?
So it's really crazy to me because I don't see myself as a celebrity at all. But the kids in my class, again, my school is a little bit non-conventional in the sense. The kids in my class, I have been with them since 7th grade. And some people may view that as like something that's negative. Some people may view it as something that's positive. But I have known them since I was a little 11-year-old. In all 7 classes, all 7 class periods, all day, I'm seeing the same people. So it's kind of like I've grown up with these people in a sense. So just as my mom doesn't really see me as a celebrity, they just see me as, Tiffany, like I'm their classmate. I see them all the time. But in the hallways or perhaps like outside of school, like at my state science fairs and things like that, I have had some people recognize me. But but it's more of like a casual, friendly interaction. Definitely. I mean, I don't feel like it's like a celebrity.
Last thing before we go, and I know you're on the rule here, but what is next for Tiffany Gay after high school? Do you see yourself jumping into higher education automatically, or is it worth the risk of jumping into any Fortune 500 company and just take your invention there? Like, where do you see your future heading next after this?
That's such a good question. I really would have to be in the situation to know. But I think for me, education is like definitely a number one priority. I would absolutely take a job because I can't be broke. But I would also.
Nobody said you don't have to.
I would still take the job, but I think I would continue to take classes at like a community college or a local university, just because education is really important to me, and I definitely would want to have that degree, and maybe start my own company moving forward using the experience I learned from Google or any of the companies that hire me. But I think that failure can definitely be a learning point.
You're the co-founder of Girls Who Code chapter down in Orlando in Florida, which seeks to empower women and girls in technology. It's a no-brainer that you ladies are definitely going to be the next generation to code the future of this country, and our energy infrastructures and our technology infrastructures that we have set forth for us. I mean, in all counts, this is the first for Orlando to have its own Girls Who Code club. It does raise a lot of eyebrows as to what kind of potential can Orlando bring to the Girls Who Code table and the world of coding, right? And I want to point this out, but what really struck me is that this is an international nonprofit organization that seeks to carry on its mission overseas. As of right now, you guys have over 1,800 clubs nationwide. Can you walk us through the history behind this new chapter and what led you to create this new platform for all young girls in technology in Orlando? What kind of impact do you think this would bring to Orlando from an education standpoint?
So I co-founded this with one of my friends, actually, and we were the only two girls in our computer science class at a science school. So we go to a science school where representation is obviously much greater. We have a lot more minorities in STEM because we're a concentrated STEM-focused school. But even then, there were only 2 women in our entire class. And we realized that this was an issue, and we created this club to raise awareness about it. We mentor girls at the elementary campus every single Wednesday. I actually just came from there. And we are currently teaching them Python, but they also complete a lot of projects through Girls Who Code, through Girls Who Code's curriculum, and also code.org. And we also have a lot of community events where we raise awareness about women in STEM, and we highlight female scientists and female professionals in STEM so that those women can get the representation that we may not have had.
And that was Tiffany Gay. Tiffany with an I, as in I am Tiffany Gay. She's a junior at Orlando Science Middle High chapter. She's a co-founder of Girls Who Code and is the creator, the inventor of the visually impaired headset. Tiffany, thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me.
We'll be right back with a quick commercial.
Introducing Ship Tina's Conference 2024. Another event brought to you by Ship that empowers rising Latinas in STEM and engineering. Through workshops, career fairs, snacks, and coffee?
Really? I'm just here for the coffee.
Did you register?
Ooh.
So come on down to the Ship Tina's Conference taking place this Saturday, February 24th from 7:30 to 5 p.m. at ACS 120 at UC Merced. Register now or you'll miss it. See you there.